We're in front of the Maymont Mansion. Here it is, ladies and gents. The last attraction for us.
Oh my God, I see it.
Michelle!
Why?
You didn't put the brakes
I
on.
was looking at the lizard.
I don't care. That's not cool. Please go. No, you got it, buddy. That could have been bad.
Are you done? Hurry up and drink it.
Ooh, these are nice. Very pretty. Very pretty. Oh.
They're free complimentary.
Oh man. Should they do free tastings here? My esteemed friend
It's empty bottle.
from the cellar of very. They used to have some crazy parties in this room. Let me tell you, back in the day. Wow. This is like the size of our entire kitchen, just the wine rack. Cool.
You mean without the wine? This is actually
No, I know. All right, this is the boys' room. Cameron's gonna sleep back there. Oh, Cameron, look, there's your shoes. You forgot your shoes, buddy. There's your pajamas. That's Michelle's outfit. She already has one. It fits her. Look at the fireplace. It works better than our furnace,
Look at
Michelle.
their chamber pot underneath. Look at their
That fireplace works better than our furnace. Our furnace you have to kick. That thing you just put some wood in it and just set it and forget it.
What's this? I don't know.
Is that? Look at that ironing board. Pretty cool. Wish I could go back in time.
No, her mother cooking.
Would you cook in here, Logan? Make me a grilled cheese sandwich. What do you think you can cook for me?
Oh, this is a nice kitchen.
Yeah.
It's better than ours.
Look at that teapot. Look at that teapot. Tiffany and Company teapot. High-end antique.
Oh, there's another one here. Oh, dang, this is some big fancy. Oh, take this.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Mom.
Yo, that's
What's this? Oh. Hey, Mom.
The laundry room. Wow. There's the washing machine. I think it's a Maytag. Very cool. PJs.
that was a sign up and said was nothing. Hello.
How are you? Please come in. I think you probably got some tickets too. Who's got the tickets?
Where's it? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Oh, but you may have noticed it looks a little different than the basement, doesn't it?
So if I could just have you to stay on these gray carpets that you see, please don't touch or lean on anything. You can take pictures with no flash. Boom, I've got all my rules done just like that.
Just like that.
And my name is Evelyn. I'm going to be your guide today. Okay, let me put these tickets in my pocket. We'll get on a roll. Now, let me get over here between these pictures now, because it's easier for me to do my pointing. Again, this is my happy place, so I hope we have a good and happy tour. I'm going to give you a little 5-minute story on the Dooleys. How the Dooleys made their fortune, who they are, how they made their fortune. Maymont, Swananoa, the summer home, and how you all wound up here before. You all live in the area?
New York.
New York?
North Carolina.
North Carolina? Oh, we got North Carolina touch. Washington, D.C.? Fredericksburg. I love Fredericksburg. Those antique shops, I just love them. And I love that German Bavarian restaurant up there. All right. So anyway, I promise this won't last longer than 5 minutes. How about that? You can handle 5 minutes? And then we'll see the house? Okay. James is the son of Major James Henry Dooley. That's his proper name. And this is his wife, Sarah O. May. May for Maymont. The house and grounds were named for his wife's family name, and she goes by Sally. So James is the son of Irish immigrants. His parents came here in Richmond, and in those days everybody wore hats. And they were a pretty affluent household pretty quickly, and he's the family nerd. He's the third of 9 kids. He goes to Georgetown College. And his graduation from college is in 1860, and what's going on, the Civil War has just started. So he's going to enter the Confederate Army as a private. He only rises to the rank of lieutenant. At the end of the war, the family's hat business and everything, that burns. Here in Richmond, we had a big fire. It's called the Burnt District. And that all burns. And so the family at the end of the war really looked like they had lost it all, but not quite. Because before the war, they were quite affluent. They had rental property in Chicago, and those rent receipts kind of helped the family a little bit. He pursues his interest, which was a law, and by 1869 was a well-known and respected attorney here in Richmond. Now, a sad thing happens that year. His father, the major, dies. His father was a major in the war. He dies. And in those days, not only did you inherit your family stuff, but you also would inherit like his positions on a board of insurance company or a bank, and so you would inherit that well. So by 1869, he's doing pretty good. Let's leave him there. Sally was raised on a tobacco plantation in Lunenburg County. Lunenburg is right there on the border of Virginia and North Carolina. She was the 8th of 9 children, a delicate beauty, so said the family, and her mother dies when she's quite young, and so she's going to be raised pretty much by her older sisters. Well, at the end of the war in 1865, all of that is all gone with the wind. And so her sisters will marry and move out to Stanton, Virginia, and Sally will join them up there. And we believe it was there that the May family and the Dooley family happened to go to the same wedding, and they get married. And that's sort of how it all happens. James hits the ground running. He's already doing very well for himself. He gets involved in banking, real estate, land development, insurance, but where he makes his really big money is in railroads, several different railroad lines. And there at the very beginning of his marriage, for a short while, he was also involved in politics. Now when you watch the evening news today, you see stuff like insider trading and the influence peddling, cornering the market, racketeering. Those laws didn't exist in the 1880s. So he was at the right place at the right time. And he did very well for himself. By the time he and Sally were out here horseback riding in the country, he was one of 10 known millionaires living in this area. Now, owing to his great prosperity, it was his father who had been the major in the war. And when he died, he was much loved and respected here in town. When he died, Richmonders started to look at the son. He was sort of what they called in those days a man of the New South. So they started calling him Major. And that's how he gets the title. It's an honorific. Well, the Dooleys had a very nice house. They were living in Richmond. If you're familiar with Richmond, the Hotel Jefferson, they had a very nice house there. And became a lot wealthier than their neighbors and decided to move out to the country. And in the Dooleys' time, this is a 20-minute ride from town. This 100-acre dairy farm had come up for sale. Beautiful pasture land overlooking the James. Sally was smitten, begged the major to buy it for her and make her a home here. They started building the house in 1890. It was completed in 1893. And from the day the doors opened here, it was known for its lavish entertainments. Now, it's getting a little warm outside right now. But what did people do in the days before air conditioning? You got over it or you died. They had casualty lists in the papers. Can you imagine that? But if you were a polite society, you would retreat to the mountains of Virginia. The Dooleys would go to the mountains of Virginia, West Virginia, the Adirondacks, Mount Washington in New Hampshire, Poland Springs in Maine, anywhere to get cool. So it was no surprise in 1911 when the Dooleys are fabulously wealthy, they decided to build another summer cottage. And that's called Swananoa. It's on Afton Mountain in Waynesboro, Virginia. And it's an Italian palace 2.5 times bigger than this. And they'll go there, stay about 5 months of the year, and they always return here to their beloved Maymont in the fall. Major Dooley will pass away in 1922. He was 81 years old, and Mrs. Dooley builds a mausoleum, which you may have seen on the front of the estate grounds. And she passed away in 1925. She was 79, as late Teresa as well. Now, the Dooleys do not have any children, but they have sisters, nieces, and nephews, and they inherit a lot of stuff from both houses. But the Dooleys have an understanding with the family members that they're going to leave this as a museum home. So they want certain things to remain here. So what you're going to see today is about 60% of what was here at Maymont, 40% comes from the summer home. They're going to recognize everything in the house with the exception of maybe 5 pieces of furniture. And, well, it's not the way they remembered it, but they haven't complained, so I think we're doing all right. What do you think of that? So shall we see the house now?
Let's do it.
Did that last 5 minutes?
No.
No. Okay. Oh, do you like Harry Potter? No? You don't like Harry Potter either?
No.
You like Harry Potter?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I thought somebody liked Harry. And look at, it's your generation that likes them. There you go, a Gryffindor chair. Come on, let's step up and see this room, which is pretty awesome. We'll do the library first, and then we'll get rolling here. So, like your back in the back, we have a beautiful French cylinder desk, and tucked away here, still loved today. Tiffany's. Visit these jewels, Tiffany Tiffany's. We have Tiffany and Company clocks, desk sets, Russian comb sets, plates for the table, silverware, all from here. They had just discovered aluminum. You need electricity to get it out of the bauxite ore that was pretty new. And Mrs. Dooley gets her fancy aluminum decoration put in, and they discover what? How to make cheap aluminum foil. When the Dooleys moved in, the newspapers bragged, Major Dooley's handsome residence has every modern convenience. Indeed, they have electric lights. Most people are still using gas. And you see the blue candles there, the candelabra? Those are a chandelier. Those are called, those are the gas fixtures. Major Dooley made it eat dinner. 8 o'clock at night. That's pretty late, don't you think? You would arrive about 10 minutes beforehand. And then you would have come in here, and of course the table would have been covered with this lovely tablecloth and all the sparkling silver and fancy dishes and the like were on the table. You would have had oysters followed by a reception hall. In fact, as guests of the Dooleys, you would have come through those elaborate gates that you saw at the end of the parking lot, up that Magnolia Line Drive, around the house here, and under the porte cochere. Before you could have knocked on the door, Mr. Dilworth, the butler. You found a peacock? All right. Like to play cards? Mrs. Dooley was a good card. She was really good at cards too. She'd be winning a lot of stuff. And that's John Dooley. He's also Major Dooley, and that's where the major comes from. And you can see Sally and Jane's wedding miniatures there. In later years, when someone asked James about, his luck in life and how he did very well, started their day. Did you hear the bell downstairs? Remember the bell that called you for the tour? It sounds more like a buzzer. There it is on the wall. And when Florence Elder comes to live here, he's going to move to the other side across the hall. And that's Florence's picture. She's the large one there on the dresser. Who doesn't want to live with a rich aunt? I think that's pretty much a great deal, don't you? Now, ladies, I'm sure many of you have been to the beach rooms here in the house, which was really something that we see why we have to keep this a secret?
Of course. I got one just like it.
I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. We can't impress those New Yorkers, can we?
It's a blow up in the swimming pool.
Oh, yeah. So everything that you see in this room table all came from the summer home Swananoa. How fabulous is this? The swan, you can see it on the swans on the mirrors over there. Over here, the rocking chair, the bed. And those swans over there on that little vanity table, they have a secret button on the bottom that you press. And the back of the swan slides open, and there's a little place to hide things like a forget-me-not or, no,